Okay, so what we're going to be getting into in this video is viral product packaging and exactly what to include. So we're also going to give some examples in terms of the top brands in the world and what they include in their packaging and how you can replicate exactly that. So with the packaging of products, it is essential aspect of e-commerce as it not only protects the product during shipping, but also contributes to the overall customer experience. And the overall customer experience of when they first purchase is the most important thing. So here's some best practices for e-commerce packaging and products. So you're always going to want to choose the appropriate packaging materials. You do not want the product sliding around in the box, and people can tell if a product has been sliding around. So you want to make sure the product is obviously secure. You want to go ahead and keep it very, very simple. You're going to want to avoid using excess packaging and keep the design very simple, efficient, and cost effective, and can help reduce waste. So another thing is going to also be branding. You want to use your packaging to reinforce your brand. This can be achieved through the use of branded tape, stickers, or inserts that showcase your logo and your brand messaging. Another thing is going to be sustainability. People are very, very conscious of that. They're becoming increasingly conscious of environmental issues. And you want to be able to make sure that you're using packaging that's not just a ton of stuff shoved in there, and it actually makes sense in terms of the packaging while also protecting the product. So another thing is going to be clear instructions. So if you have clear instruction on how to open the package, handling the product, how to apply the product care instructions, any relevant information that's going to be able to provide the customer that they might be confused about, you want to give that to them. Another thing is going to be protection, like what we just talked about with packaging with the right materials. You're going to want to package the product so it's never damaged while it's going through shipping. Cushioning, padding, things like that. Another thing that's very, very, very important is a free gift. If you give your customer something extra and unexpected inside, as an example, just a free t-shirt, a new product sample, a discount code to the next order, they are much, much, much more likely to purchase again from your brand. So a free gift is very, very, very important. Actually, bold this, very, very important. So another thing is going to be a product review. If you can include a QR code for your customer, especially after doing all of these things, and you provide a QR code that says, hey, if you leave a review, we'd love to see what you think. And if it's a positive experience, they're much more likely to leave a review right then and there. Another thing is using the appropriate labeling. Use clear and accurate labeling, including the customer's address, return address, and any other necessary information required by the shipping carrier. You also want to use packaging slips and product information. Make sure you have those inside that give relevant information for the product, as well as sealing the packages properly. Use strong and secure tape to seal the packaging to ensure that all seams and edges are properly sealed. Prevent the packaging from opening at all during shipping, of course. You want to possibly add inserts, again, with protecting the product, as well with using tracking and insurance, possibly having the customer purchase $1 to $2 insurance, but as well providing tracking so that the customer knows where their items are as well, especially with high value items. You want to optimize for dimensional weight as well. So some shipping carriers use dimensional weight. Obviously, you'd probably know that, which takes into account both the weight and size of the package to calculate shipping. You want to optimize your packaging to minimize the packaging size and weight to reduce the shipping cost while also protecting the product as well. Another thing is going to be monitor and track shipping performance. So continuously monitor and track the shipping performance to identify any issues such as delayed shipments or damaged packages and take appropriate actions to improve the process. And if anything ever happens to a package or a product in the shipping process, make sure to immediately deal with that with the customer, and they're much more likely to stay with you in the future as well. If you're immediately on that and you just send them a free package, trust me, it's always worth whatever the product costs to just send them a free new one. So overall, effective e-commerce packaging should be functional, efficient, aesthetically pleasing, while also providing an opportunity to reinforce the brand message and create a positive customer experience. So some of the top brands in the world, you can go and check these out. They're essential for reinforcing the buying decision in buying a product from your store. So you can see with Apple, they're very sleek and minimalistic, reflects the design, the aesthetic of their products. With Coca-Cola, they have the distinct branding in the packaging, the iconic red and white. You always think of Coca-Cola when you think of that branding. With Nike, it's highly energetic. It's an athletic product. Comes in bold, colorful boxes with the package and motivational slogans. Tiffany & Co. It's known for their iconic blue boxes, which have become synonymous with luxury and exclusivity. So the packaging is designed to evoke a sense of excitement and anticipation. As well with Amazon, they're efficient and sustainable. The company has developed a frustration-free packaging with which reduce the waste and is easy for customers to open. You know, when you push into an Amazon box and it just opens immediately, that's what they've done. Is they're going for efficient and sustainability. People know, people expect those packaging. They're excited to open it. They can open it super easily, and they often use plain brown boxes with minimal branding to reduce costs and increase efficiency, while also increasing their branding at the same time by having those easy to open boxes. So obviously those are all great things to include, but some things to avoid as well is overpacking. If you do not want to overpack your products into one box, just send multiple boxes. It's okay. You do not want to overpack and just slam all your products into one box. It's going to decrease customer satisfaction. Another thing is underpacking. You definitely don't want to do the opposite and underpack. I want to make sure that we're packing enough things into one packaging, but it's not going to lead to damaging or breaking the product during shipping. Another thing is using poor quality packaging materials. So if you're using the opposite of high quality materials, the customer is going to be able to see that, and it's just going to lead to a decreased customer satisfaction. Another thing is neglecting branding opportunities. You want to put your brand on things, not too much, but just enough so that they can tell that it's your brand. You can build that authority with your brand as well. Another thing is going to be neglecting sustainability. People can see if you're just jamming a bunch of extra non-recyclable materials, and people want to opt for sustainability. Another thing is going to be poor labeling. So if something's fragile, definitely label it as fragile. It can result in the product breaking or delays, missed delivery, and it's just going to result in a unsatisfactory customer experience. So make sure that you're focusing. These can all be avoided if you're focusing on exactly what to include and take exactly what these top brands in the world are doing, because you want to eventually dial down to a specific packaging that your customers are always expecting and they're so excited to get. So make sure that we're always using those, especially once we're getting into mass production. We're selling tons and tons of your product every single day. It's going to start to really build up, and it can either be exponentially getting better or exponentially getting worse in terms of people getting your product, especially if we're sending it out to influencers and things like that. Always want to focus on making sure it's the best possible. So make sure to go through this, take notes, and make sure that you're following all of these to make sure that your product packaging is as good as possible. All right, so we're going to be getting into the next module now, and I'll see you there.